What if your biggest breakthroughs have been waiting right in front of you all along? I'm Dr. Katja Rusanen, spiritual counselor and best-selling author, and today I'm joined by Kortnee Whitehawk, a fifth generation Abenaki medicine woman, modern mystic, and founder of Confluence Healing Arts. She's also the author of books and oracle cards, including Sacred Spirit Wheel and Power Animals. Courtney believes the trees, the wind, and the whispering animal spirits carry profound messages for your soul's journey. In her presentation today, Courtney will guide us into releasing your wild wisdom. She'll guide us through practices like Andean breathwork that help bring clarity and alignment, opening sacred space with the directions and animal allies, and even a group power animal reading. So you might just meet yours. So by the end, you'll feel more connected to the natural world, more aligned in the present moment, and more open to wild wisdom already within you. So, Courtney, I am so delighted that you are here today.
Hi, Katja. What a pleasure to be here. I'm so excited. And I realized one word was missing from that beautiful introduction is authenticity and joy. The question is why bother do all of this anyway? And when we move into connecting with nature and reconnecting with our wild wisdom within, we can really discover our own authentic, true purpose. Why are we here? Why did we incarnate in this body at this time? What are we supposed to do with that? And when we know that, when we discover, connect to, and truly know our authentic soul purpose for being here, it is unbelievable how we can then move forward with focus, with intention, and with purpose. And that ultimately leads to joy. Joy in our life. Why don't we have joy? Because we're not in alignment.
Yes, love that addition. Thank you for bringing that
Yeah, I should
forward.
have.
Because this is again an opportunity for all. So, is there anything else you want to start sharing about your presentation? What should we know before we dive
Dive
into
in.
deeper?
Yeah. So, well, first I want to share, I'm just going to plant a little seed here, and then I'm going to go intellectual for a minute. So, here, I'm just going to plant a little seed here. At the end of this session, we're going to have a power animal reading. One of the many gifts I have is working with power animals. I don't know why, but animals bring me messages for clients, for myself, for family members in ways that are sometimes very strange. And people are like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, I didn't. That's the answer. So we're going to have a power animal reading at the end. And for right now, I just want you to just close your eyes. I'm going to say four words. Earth, water, wind, fire. Open your eyes. And I want you to now look. Earth. Don't think, just look. Water. Oh, that's interesting. I got a peek. Wind. Did you guys see it? I hope you didn't see it. Wind. I'm leaving it. I trust whatever happens, happens, right? And fire. Fire. Okay. Don't worry about what all that meant. As a former classroom educator, I know the most important thing right now is to tell you what's about to happen. What are we going to do? The reason I like to do that is because our brains get in the way. If you've ever tried to meditate for more than 10 seconds is about the average that meditation teachers say people can maintain. Now, I'm assuming I'm speaking to people here in this audience world that can meditate for 25 seconds, maybe 30, before your brain goes, blah, da, da, da. Oh, I gotta add, is there bread on the grocery list? Oh, I forgot to feed the dog. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know this all happens. And so the importance right now is for me to speak to your beautiful brain and tell you everything we're about to do. So that way, when we do it, your beautiful cerebral frontal cortex will have all its questions answered. And when that question pops up, you can say, she already told me. I know what's happening right now. So that you can really drop in to an emotional, spiritual, quantum realm, and we'll see how far you can take it. So let's get these questions answered first. Here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to open sacred space for you in a way that you have probably never experienced. My upcoming book called Sacred Spirit Wheel, 8 Directions, 64 Teachings, Infinite Possibilities. Usually when people open sacred space, you're probably familiar with this practice. We call on a spirit animal and an intention, and then we move on to the next direction. Most people open only 4 directions. Some do 6. We do north. I'll start in the south. I'm pointing south, west, north, east. Some add below and above. I'm adding 2 additional directions within. Some people have an awareness of that. But here's the thing. If the law of opposites in physics is true, how can there be 7? How can there be up without down? You can't have east without west. You can't have north without south. So if you're acknowledging a 7th direction, there's got to be an 8th. There are not very many books out there or practitioners who talk about the 8th direction. Why? Because what is it? It's so confusing. What is it? Like, oh my God, it's terrifying to us. There's an 8th direction, right? It's confusing. It's daunting. We don't fully understand it. So part of what we'll do today when we get to that 8th direction is help you to feel it and experience it. So in each of these directions, as we open sacred space, you're going to be exposed to the direction, a power animal in that direction. We're going to call on an element like earth, water, wind, or fire. See, I already planted that seed. We'll call on your chakra. My system actually is coordinated with one of your chakras. There is a wellness pillar and a physical law of the universe. I'm sure you've heard of these, like the law of polarity, the law of opposites. These come in with each of the directions. There will be a goal and a challenge in each direction that I'm about to present to you. This process obviously is going to take more than 10 minutes. You're like, oh my God, it's taking you 10 minutes to describe it to us. So what will happen is when we get to each of those, you're going to be in a meditative state and receiving. No pencil, no paper. Just stay in it. Allow your body to experience whatever is coming up. And if you're saying right now, right, but I want to remember, this sounds so interesting. I know, doesn't it? This is so cool. It's a whole different way of looking at things. But if you're like me, you're gonna want to grab that pencil and write it down. What animal did she say? What? You don't have to remember a thing. When that thing is over, when this whole thing is over, you can go to my website, enter your email address, and I'll send it all to you, so you don't have to remember anything. Isn't that so cool? Yeah.
That is so cool.
Then part of this is going to be a guided think of this as a guided meditation into the universe, into this sacred space. It's going to be a little bit of a journey. There will be breath work that I'm guiding you through as we do it. There will be moments that I ask you to set an intention. There will be moments that I ask you to call on an element, earth, water, wind, and fire. This is what's amazing about this session and how I work. It's different every time. And the reason is because in my work, I really connect with my spirit guides and spirit animals and spirit teachers before I do a session. And Katja and I have no idea who's going to listen to this on what day or what's going to happen. But I trust And I know, I absolutely know in the core of my being that there will be something significant, groundbreaking, something huge for each and every person that listens to this. It's just how this works. I don't know what that's going to be. Katja can tell me at the end. She'll say, "Oh my God, I just heard that yesterday," or whatever. Will please let us know when that happens for you, because that's when things get really exciting. When you're like, "Oh my gosh, that connection was made, or that new door was opened," and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's what's going to happen, and then at the end we will do a reading. Remember I said earth, water, wind, and fire. I'm going to ask you during the meditation, you might be thinking, see right now it's still in your brain. You might be thinking right now, I'm picking blank. You might think you know. But here's the beauty of this process. When we go through this entire opening of sacred space, there may be one of these directions, one of these elements that says, pick me. Please listen. Listen to that voice. So many times I hear people say, well, I wanted to pick fire, but then we did the thing and I had to pick wind. And then I'm gonna tell you the spirit animal that came with each of them. I don't know what they are yet. We will see. So we get a big surprise at the end. And Katja will serve as you, the audience, at the end, if there's questions about each of those spirit animals. So if I miss a detail, Katja is going to come back in and say, hey, somebody might be wondering about blah, 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 such and such. But I also offer you this. If you have a question when this is over that you really want to know, or you just want to reach out and say hi, please do. I will be happy to answer your question and to continue the conversation. So there's the overview. Do you have questions, Katja, that somebody might be wondering right now before we dive into this beautiful process?
I want to just ensure for people, because I'm one of those, I want to remember
I
everything.
know.
It's recorded so we can listen to again. So allow yourself to have an experience. You can always go back and
Yes.
listen to these things. So that just helps me as well to relax. So just wanted to offer that for others. You can listen to this
You
again.
can listen to it again over and over while you're falling asleep. Or when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And this is the beauty of this, that I am very tools oriented when I work with my clients. My signature practice with Confluence Healing Arts is ground, center, balance, focus. There are different tools that a person can do in each of those categories. And here's the beauty of this. Today, you're receiving the tool of learning how to open sacred space. And when you redo this on your own, there's no right or wrong way to do this. So I'm providing for you maybe a template. You might say, this piece of it resonates for me. That doesn't. Cool. That's great. So this is a tool. And the other tool that you are receiving is this breath work. And it's a shamanic. I'm trained in the Andean Cosmovision, also in the Mayan Cosmovision, but we'll be doing an energy exchange that is an Andean practice. And a quick word on the Mayan calendar. Today in the Mayan calendar is, when we're recording this, is 4 Ish, I-X. Now, when you're personally listening to this, whenever you come to it, it will be a different day in the Mayan calendar. But this message might resonate about today. This is a day of Mother Earth. Ish is about connecting with Mother Earth, and 4 is about stability. And people that are connected with Mother Earth through Ish in the Mayan calendar, more on that later, whole different conversation. That's a whole 3-hour seminar, right? This is about unleashing our own personal magic and bringing stability to that magic. So the beauty of this is, whatever things come up for you today as you listen to this, this is your own brand of magic. And I encourage you to say to yourself, how do I bring my magic into the world? How am I expressing my authentic soul purpose and why I'm here? That's what 4-ish is about. So without further ado,
Let's go, Kortnee. Please
okay,
your
let's do
magic.
it. All right, I'm going to grab my flute. All right, everybody, just getting comfortable. Wherever you are, just start with a deep breath in and exhale. It's nice to just start with an exhale and breathe in and hold for a moment and exhale. Now I encourage you to take another breath in, and this time hold at the top. This time when you exhale, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Breathe out longer than you think you can. Continue to push that air out of you, and it may be audible. We may hear you really blow out that air and hold. Hold it out before you breathe in. Just stay in this space with no breath until your body requires you to breathe in. And breathing in and hold at the top, and then exhale, pushing that breath out, pushing the breath out, pushing the breath out, and hold at the bottom, and continuing to breathe like this for 4 more breaths. One more breath in and another breath out. To the winds of the south, great serpent, Amaru, we call on you, dear friend, from the direction of the south. We call on you, the element of earth, as we awaken our root chakra. Here in the south, we call on an awareness of our physical health and well-being, our connection to earth. We feel in our body the sense of scarcity versus abundance in our life. We bring awareness to the idea of polarity, the opposites that exist in the world. There is no south without north. There is no up without down, nor in without out. We call on the word of grounding and transformation. We ask the serpent to show us how we can connect with this serpent energy. Serpent is an animal that sheds its skin in one whole piece, transforming, being unafraid to go under a rock or into a cave, even becoming blind for a short period as the skin dies even over its eyes, and then it wriggles free, leaving that skin in one whole piece behind. Here in the south, we connect, we breathe into, we realize, and we feel our own transformation. We know that we are grounded as we connect to Mother Earth. If we become the serpent, our entire self, our entire body, our entire knowing is connected, grounded to Mother Earth. we can awaken our root chakra and become aware of the needs that we have. Teach us, Great Serpent. Show us how to be good stewards here on planet Earth. Help us understand what is our challenge. How do we resist the opposites that are around us? And how do we seek balance within those? We call on you, Great Serpent, and the element of earth. And setting an intention now as you breathe in and breathe out, setting a specific intention for yourself, surrounding this idea of becoming grounded and allowing ourselves to transform. Just reflecting on that as you breathe in and breathe out. And now, with a big breath in and out, we turn to face the west. And in the west, we call on our mother sister, our partner, Jaguar. Otaringo, we call on you, Jaguar, from the west, the place of the setting sun, the place where light moves into shadow, the place where we must face our emotional world, our emotional landscape. This is the place where our ego lives. This is the place of our shadow. Here we call on the element of water. We think of the water flowing through the earth, the water in our atmosphere, the water in the sky and the clouds, and the water that moves through our own bodies in the form of blood. Feeling the blood moving through you now, connecting and awakening your sacral chakra, this place in the middle of your abdomen, this energy that is orange. Feel the passion of your sacral chakra, awakening energies. This is our fuel, our passion. Our key word here is center. What is your purpose? Who are you authentically? Feel these messages from deep, deep within you as you feel the ebb and the flow, the rhythm and the shifts within your body. And asking Jaguar, connecting with this powerful spirit animal, asking Jaguar to show you now, is there something in shadow that you are ready to move? A trauma you are ready to face? Something you are ready to release? Walk away from? Forgiveness to be offered? And check in here with your ego. It is your brain's job to protect you. But that is not our true heart and soul. Ask yourself now, where am I defending myself, protecting myself? Can I let these walls down? Can I heal? Jaguar, you are the apex predator who walks with us. You can see in the night. Show us how to put down that which is heavy, that which is no longer serving us. Help us to release and to let go. Aho. And we turn now to face the north, to the winds of the north. I call on you, Siwa Kinte, hummingbird, the royal hummingbird, the ancient ancestors, the wisdom keepers. I honor the land, the indigenous peoples of each and every one who may listen and hear my voice in this moment. We honor the wisdom keepers, of each of the places. Ancient ancestors, wisdom keepers of our own DNA, of our lineage, of our spiritual lineage, come to us, whisper in our ears, teach us, show us what we need to hear. Come, hummingbird, you, this animal that seems to defy gravity. We call on the element of wind, air. We awaken our solar plexus chakra, awakening the color yellow, feeling your body fill with yellow. This bright, vibrant energy, calling in laughter. Here we awaken our social connections, our sense of community, our sense of place in a perceived timeline of past, present, and future. Connect with relationships. Trust what passes through you. Here we seek balance as we open connection with joy and beauty and bliss. This is the place where we transcend trauma. This is the place where we defy gravity. We call on you, beautiful hummingbird. Teach us. Teach us how to hover in midair. We are earthly beings, but we know that if we choose, we can hover in midair. And let us choose to drink the nectar of the finest, most beautiful flowers. Let us find our bliss. Aho. Into the winds of the east, we turn and face as we call on great eagle condor, Apuchina, call on you. And just remembering as we do this to breathe, remembering and reminding yourself, breathing in and out. Here we call on the element of the sun, the energy of fire, the brilliance of the rising sun. We start anew every 24 hours. We are made new. Here, as we call on the energy of the great eagle, we open our third eye with the color of indigo. Spreading your wings, allow yourself perspective, vision, clarity of intellect. Here you can receive divine inspiration, focus, intention, energy, clarity, insight, imagination, possibility. Spread your wings, partner with the eagle. Now, using your eagle eyes, set your focus on something that matters to you and ask this great eagle as you breathe to give you clarity of purpose, bringing something into focus for yourself. Breathing in and exhale. Aho. Now, if you are in the position to, just lean down and put your hands on the direction of below. Here we call on the spirit guide of Mother Earth. In each of the other directions, we've called on an animal. Here we call on Gaia, Pachamama, Mother Earth. Just feel her presence. Mother Earth, I call on you. I ask you to grow a fertile garden of resources for each and every one listening to this message today. Mother Earth, you are the one true mother who provides for us your wood, your trees, your plants, and your bees, the rocks and the minerals, all of the elements that come from you. You help us to become aware of our earthly walk. Show us, let us see now our true treasure, which is the abundance of our talent, our gift. Teach us and show us of pollination. Where can we pollinate the world around us with good stewardship? Let us be good stewards. Mother Earth, help us to open our throat chakra, this bright aqua, brilliant light shining forth from each of us as we connect and reunite. We become unafraid to speak up when the time is right, to stand in protection, to know deep within us that we are provided for us, that you have provided for us. There's nothing we want. There's nothing we need. Reunite with Mother Earth. Allow yourself now, as you breathe in and out, to think of Mother Earth. Allow her to come to you. Just feel Mother Earth come to you, and she may have a message for you right now. Just take a moment to hear her voice, this voice of Gaia. I'm just thanking her if she has shown up for you. And if you're not hearing her right now, that's okay. Allowing her to do so later, to invite her in, to share a message with you later. Aho. Now we raise our arms above ourselves as we connect to the energy of above, the direction of above, creation, source, light living energy, God, angels, whatever name you call it, Allah, Buddha, spirit guides, the sun, the sky, the moon, and the stars, Taitawaira, Taita Inti, Wankantanka. Here we call on the unnameable one that has been called by thousands of names, God consciousness, by whatever name you call it. We call on the element of Sami, the Peruvian ancient Andean Quechua word for light, living energy. Feel this Sami coming down around you, light living energy, and as it enters your body, breathing in, breathing out, opening your crown chakra, feel this energy, light living energy, Sami, pouring down around you. And as it comes into your body, it speeds up to what we call Munai. Munai is love, Quechua word for perfect, pure love. Just imagining, it helps you to use your breath to breathe in. Imagine breathing in this light living energy, pulling it down into your body. And as you exhale, moving it through your body. Breathing in, exhale, feeling light living energy moving completely throughout you. Feeling anywhere in your body that feels stuck, resistant, tight, skeptical. Send that energy directly to that place in your body. Setting conscious intention to release that which is no longer serving you, to release that which you do not need. Here we are connecting with our spiritual well-being as we connect with cosmic God consciousness. We step into co-creation. Here is where we learn to plug in to our own oneness with creation. If there is an animal in this area, it is the spider. The spider is the web weaver, the energy of creation pulling forth from within yourself, partnering with the divine to create. Taking a moment now as you breathe in and out and feel this light, living energy pouring through your body, speeding up that which is heavy, releasing, connecting with divine source energy by whatever name you choose to call it. Call on that energy now. Call on it by name. Cry out. Connect. Allow yourself to feel expansion into God consciousness and feel that awaken within you. Aho. And now, if you wish to, placing your hands over your chest as we move to the direction of within. This is the 7th direction. We awaken our heart chakra as we connect to the element of ether. Ether is this space between, this wondering. Here I call on as your spirit guide. I call out to the highest self of each and every person listening to me now. Please join me in calling on your highest self, the most beautiful soul version that you are becoming, that you are awakening to. In the Abenaki, I call on Alomaquam. Alomaquam is the heart of the tree. We are the tree. Our roots go deep into Mother Earth. We reach high to cosmic energy, and the space between is the heart within us. Here we call on awakening, enlightening love. Help us find our path into flow. Let us become aware of the environment we live in and the influences around us as we step in and connect with awareness, vibrational energy, law of vibration. Here is where we can move into highest vibrational consciousness. There is no separateness. There is no me. There is no you. There is no God. We are one. I am yours. You are mine. I am me. You are me. I am you. We are one. We are beloved. It is well. It is beauty. Feeling within your heart now as you call on this spirit guide that is you. Calling on the energy of compassion. And sending out now a bliss bubble, a healing bubble, sending forth from each of us, transcending time and space that only separates us through our perception. It is not real. We are together now. We are one now. Each of us feeling a bubble of compassion, a bubble of awakening, enlightened healing energy spilling forth from each of us as a collective bubble, and feeling this bubble expand, feeling it grow, and imagining our earth within that bubble, and each of us in it, and each and every being on this planet stepping into the heart of compassion and enlightenment and awakening. Feel this energy. It is a green power bubble of love from each of our hearts. Just breathe in and breathe out as you feel it. And one more breath in and exhale. Aho. Now we move on to the 8th direction, the direction of the infinite. We move from within to without. We move into an intergalactic quantum space. We open our soul star chakra, which resides just above your head. And here, if you will allow yourself to be open, and it may not happen right now, call on a cosmic intergalactic guide, a spirit being that will come to you with a message, maybe now, maybe later. If you are willing to allow yourself to be open, and it's okay if you're not ready for that yet, there's nothing wrong with that. Just if you are ready, calling on that. Here we move into the idea of wellness, being completely well, ground, center, balance, focus, connect, create, awaken, expand. Expansion, moving into the infinite unknown, stepping into the multiverse. We call on you, great spirits of this 8th direction. We know and accept that there are things we cannot know, and that is okay. We allow ourselves the power of resonance, the power of belief, the knowing that enlightenment is there and that we are moving towards it. Breathing in again and breathing out. Just allowing yourself to percolate, to reflect on each of these 8 directions that we have now opened and called these guides to us. Serpent, earth, jaguar has brought us water. The hummingbird in the north has brought us wind. The great eagle, the condor, has opened our third eye and brought us the sun and the fire from the east. Mother Earth is our guide from below. And above, we have the great star nations, the divine. We have called on our highest soul version of self, and we have called on the quantum. Just breathing in and out, just allowing yourself to feel any messages, insights, knowings to come to you. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. And as you come back into this space, I'm going to repeat 4 words, and one of these should stand out for you now. Breathe in, earth. Breathe out. Breathe in, water. Breathe out. Breathing in, wind, and breathe out. Breathe in fire and breathe out. Okay, coming back around, and we're now going to see what spirit animals showed up for us today. So each of you now make your final selection, earth, water, wind, or fire. It might be different when you re-listen to this. This is just for today. The beauty of spirit animals is we each, this one is a conversation for a different day. We each have our own animal totem in each of our chakras that is different for each person. The ones that I've shared are the universal ones with the South American Andean cosmovision. North American traditions have different spirit animals, but each of us has our own animal totem in each of our chakras. What is about to happen is, this is a message for you just for today. That's all this is. So if you're like, oh God, I'm so stressed out, I don't know which one to pick, you can come back and pick another one. And the beauty of it is, if you do receive an animal guide here today with a power animal message, and you want to keep it around for a while, that's cool too. And there's another whole conversation about what's the difference between a power animal and a spirit animal. A spirit animal is generally one that has been with you your whole life. A power animal guide is generally one that shows up for a short time or just to deliver a message. Again, conversation for a different day. So here we go. Without further ado, do you have your one? Earth, water, wind, or fire? All right. So with the earth, this is selenite. Some people have selenite in wands. So I paired today the selenite with the earth, and our animal today is, see, I told you these things just happen. I pull these cards before I begin, and I'm always amazed who comes up. If you remember, in the South, we called on the element of earth, and we called on the snake. What's interesting is that rattlesnake showed up, specifically rattlesnake. So if this is showing up for you today, snake is the animal. You just heard me say it. Re-listen to the whole recording about that section from the Winds of the South. When we call on serpent, this message is about grounding and transformation. So if the snake is showing up for you today, ask yourself, what do I need to do to really root myself? Is there some junk going on in my root chakra? How can I reconnect with the physical element of earth? And is there some transformation coming in my life? Is there a challenge? Maybe I'm in a time like where I'm in the cave and that dead skin is over my eyes. But remember, when you shed your skin, it happens in one whole piece. If you've ever found a snake skin, it is in one whole piece. And what that means is we can be a little raw. It's when we transform. I mean, think about it. It takes us humans 6 or 7 years to do that, to cycle through all of our cells and be made new. Rattlesnake does it in like 2 days and comes out. So you may be feeling a little raw. And the snake says to us, honor that in yourself, but reconnect. Really get yourself in nature. So if this is your element today, I would really recommend the tool of get yourself in nature, get out under a tree. If you need suggestions, let me know. I mean, there's so many different ways to connect with nature that are just wonderful. And I like to offer a word of caution when rattlesnake shows up. If you are like me and you live in Texas, when we connect with power animals, usually it's figurative, right? We're not literally looking for a rattlesnake. However, what typically happens is when snake comes up in a reading, somebody listening to this who picked snake, you're going to see a snake in the next couple of days. So I do offer a word of caution. Snake is an animal that does manifest physically often. So I just do like to offer that word of caution. If you are out, be alert and aware of the physical presence of snakes, because they can send their own little messages. So so that's rattlesnake. Okay, so that's earth. Okay, let's see who showed up for us with the element of water. My beautiful blue bottle of water. That is actually sacred water. I collect water. We do a lot of world travel, my husband and I teach all around the globe, and I always collect water. And this water came from Spain, where you are right now. And I love this. Our water animal today is the humpback whale. Again, how did that get paired with water? Just we have our spirit guides looking out for us. The whale is a really wonderful animal messenger. Whale speaks to us of community, of communication, and finding your own language and your own voice. It also speaks of long journeys. Whale is about leaning into that long journey, being in it for the long haul. Whales do long migrations around the globe and then come back, and they have this very interesting communication system. So if whale is coming for you today, and interesting that it's coming with water, definitely recommend as a tool for you today, get yourself in or near some water. Even if it's just taking a bath and immersing yourself in the water. One thing that's very funny to do, very fun, it's funny and fun, if you have a bathtub, get yourself in the water and put your ears in and make whale sounds. If you sing, and people say to me, well, I'm not a singer. Everybody's a singer and nobody's listening. So get in there and make sounds with your ears underwater and just sing. So just make a little song for yourself. Just be like, hello, well, I love you, come to me. And then see what comes from your voice. And you might notice your voice might start doing like, whoa, whoa. Play with it. Just make sounds in the water with your ears underwater. You're gonna love it. And if you can't do that, if you're like, oh, I don't have a bathtub and I can't borrow my neighbor's, at least get yourself in water. Get in a shower and allow the water to rinse over you. Now, one of the tools that I shared when we were doing our sacred space activity is this. What we were doing in the Peruvian is called a saman chakwi. Do you remember when I said call in light living energy and feel it moving through your body? And we use the breath to help us do that, because most people, it's hard to just think about, is it happening? I'm calling in light living energy. Is it happening? Yes, it's happening. But our breath allows us to help with that. This is something you can do with the element of water in the shower. Imagine that the water is light living energy coming down around your body and releasing down the drain that which is no longer serving you. So this is a nice message from our little water animal today. Okay, so let's see what came with wind. Who picked the feather? This is, by the way, a red-shouldered hawk feather, which is one of my power animals. I'm Kortnee Whitehawk, and hawks have a way of showing up for me. They just like show up, like on my front porch and stuff. And Kelly, my husband, he'll be like, babe, you got a hawk out here. They must have a message for you. So hawk shows up. But who picked the feather? This is the element of wind and air, and our animal is the honeybee. Oh, I love bees. Again, oh, that's a good one for wind and air too. And what's fascinating is, if you remember when we were talking about, did we talk about bee? I said something about, pollination. Yes. Bee is an interesting animal to come to us with wind and air for obvious reasons, right? This is how it travels through the air. Honeybee is all about community and working together to create something. And so the honeybee goes out from its little group and it collects pollen and it brings it back. And of course, they make honey, which is one of the most sweet, beautiful gifts that Mother Earth has for us. So if honeybee is coming to you today, I feel like you should ask yourself, what are the fruits of my labor? What is my honey? I'm buzzing around, gathering all this stuff, doing all this work, and like, what is this liquid gold that only you carry, that you hold? Because that is what the honeybee does. It brings forth such beautiful gifts. And they're not just gifts, they're sweet. They're very sweet, beautiful gifts. Have you ever taken a jar of honey and held it up to the light? Stunning. if any of you out there drink cacao, I'm a cacao practitioner. We do, a lot of times I do these ceremonies and we have a cup of cacao with us while we do this. If you consume cacao, make yourself a cup of cacao or even a cup of tea from a local plant in your area and put some honey in it. And as you do that, really look at the honey. It is gold. And say to yourself, that is me. I am that gold. I am gold. And you know what? We're not used to speaking to ourselves that way. This is the message coming to you on the wind today. Stand there and say out loud, I am gold. Do you feel comfortable saying that or not? Lean in. So there's our little honeybee on the wind. Okay, let's see what came with fire. We're like 3 for 3 here. This is exciting. Did you pick the fire? Look at my little flame there. Looks good. Smells good too. All right, who came with the fire? Oh, this is fun. I don't know how it's related to fire, but the spider showed up for us today. We've had great animals showing up for us today. So spider, in many of the indigenous cultures, spider is the web of creation. Spider is creator energy. And we mentioned spider earlier too. Spider tells you, and fascinating, I know why it showed up with fire. This, by the way, the deck I'm using, quick ad, this is the Stephen Farmer Messages from Spirit Animals book. I have worked personally with Stephen Farmer, great guy who works with spirit animals, and I also have a spirit animal deck. But anyway, look what he wrote on this card. It says, trust the creative spark, fire, that you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. So spider is that spark of creativity from within. So if you've chosen fire today and this spider is coming to you, this is definitely a message of creativity. And it's creativity from within yourself. When the spider weaves a web, like this stuff comes out right from its body. Like it just weaves webs. And that's really kind of cool. You have that within you. What is the creation that literally, if you can imagine drawing forth from your body, just drawing it out of you, and that it doesn't need to be pulled. And I feel like that's an important distinction right now, that there is a spark of creativity for you. And so I'm going to encourage all of you who chose spider today, that chose the fire. Here's your homework. Get a match, light a candle. Or if you're in a place that's safe, you have a fireplace in your home or a safe place to light a small fire. Light a fire and call on spider. Call spider in and just do a little breath work thing like we just did, or another technique that you may know that works for you. But specifically call on the energy of spider and say, hey spider, come show me. Help me awaken my creative spark. And see what happens. Report back. Let us know. So these are 4 really amazing animals that have shown up for us today. I love that. I'm always amazed who comes out of it. Oh, my hawk feather won't let me put it down. It's stuck to my hand. I can't put it down. Katja, is there anything clarifying that I can offer about any of these animals?
So one question came to my mind because some people have some fear when it comes to snakes, when it comes to spiders, and
I know.
2 of those showed up in the cards. And now if somebody's like, oh, my goodness,
Okay, so here's the thing, and I'm so glad you said that. That's terrific. Really, really excellent point and question. So if we think of animals in their physical realm, right? Spiders, first of all, eat mosquitoes. So, I don't know, a little reframing on the spiders there. And snakes eat rodents. So if there's mice around your house, but not that those animals don't serve their purpose too. Here's the thing. If this is an animal that is, literally, we just pulled out a rattlesnake. that's scary. Okay, that is. That is an animal that does strike a little fear. And the thing is, and we were talking about jaguar before. Quick story, my husband's a wildlife biologist. We travel a lot and we do wildlife conservation, and I teach about spirit animals in all kinds of places. I just was in Alaska and taught a lesson on my Facebook page about the salmon. We were in Belize one time and we went on a night hike with my 2 daughters who are now grown. They were teenagers at the time. And my husband is like, let's go into the jungle at night on a new moon night. And it is dark. I mean dark. And we go into the jungle. Can't see what are we doing? And we get down by a river and we hear roar, this growling, this like, and I looked at my husband and I said, what are we hearing? Because it could be a frog that makes a strange sound. And he says, yeah, no, I think that's jaguar. I think we're hearing 2 jaguars kind of calling to each other to mate. Well, my 2 daughters, like literally, forgive the expression, but yeah, they peed their pants, right? So it's one thing to think about working with these animals on a spiritual plane, but facing them, in the physical realm. So, to your point, think about spirit animals as exactly that. They are a guide. The thing here is that we want to think about the energy they carry for us and the message that they are embodying that they want to give to us. And that when we can partner with that energy, and even in the shamanic practices, we actually become that energy, it allows us new vision, new insight, new clarity, new perspective, and a new experience of the world. Therefore, anyone listening that's like, oh God, I got the spider, I don't like spiders. If you can, just allow yourself to say, but wait a minute, I picked that, right? You could have picked one of the others. There was a nice little whale right here waiting for you. There was a nice little, what was our other guy? Oh yeah, the honeybee. Oh yeah, that's a kind of a stingy one too. We did. Yeah, no, I guess
to bees.
I know. Yeah. So really allow yourself to lean into the energy of that animal and ask yourself. So there's a tendency for people with spirit animals to go straight to Google. Please don't. Because what honeybee means for you might mean something different for me. For example, let's say you're allergic to bees, and let's say I'm a beekeeper. Are you allergic to bees?
No.
No, and I'm not a beekeeper. But so great hypothetical example. You can see where the message that the bee is carrying would be different for you than it would for me, right? There's some basic things that would be true of a message from the bee. But when we really partner with that animal and invite that animal into our space, not physically, and you can even say that. If you want to partner with and really learn more from this animal, call it in, but say, not physically. Say, I don't need to see you physically. Just talk to me. What are the traits? What are you showing me? What are you teaching me? What is unfolding in my life? And you'll start to see connections. And then the beautiful thing that always happens, people tell me in the coming days, if you decide you're open to it, if you've invited it in, that they're not going to show up without an invitation. They don't just show up unless there's a real persistent message, okay? But if you choose to invite them in, you will see this animal showing up for you. So let's continue to use bee as the example. You will see this animal show up for you over and over and over in your life. You might turn on the radio and there's a talk show and they're talking about bees. You might be walking past a group of people and the person is saying, oh, I got stung by a bee yesterday. You're like, oh, I was meant to hear that. You might open your door and see a bee fly by. You might open a book and there's a page where they're talking about bees. You will find fascination in how these animals show up for you. And each time you see it, if you just take a moment, take note. Maybe you're driving and you can't like go into a meditative state and a bee flies by, right? You're not going to like, oh, I'm going to meditate and breathe right now. But make note of it. And then later in the day, during your daily practice, do a little breath work and ask that bee. Say, what is your message? I was on this call with Katja, and Kortnee Whitehawk said that the bee came for me because that's what I picked. And now it showed up again. Hey, honeybee, what are you teaching me? What are you showing me? And just be open to that. So it's not so much, again, to your point, it's not so much about the physical expression of the animal.
Awesome.
Yeah. Does
Thank
that
you.
help?
Yes, thank you
Did
for
that help?
hearing that. I'm sure lots of people are now like, oh, okay, I can relax.
Yeah. I'm not sending you out on a beekeeping mission, you know? And what other questions came up? I've tried to answer questions along the way that I know people generally ask. I've tried to weave them through the, what I've shared. Are there things you can think of that people might be wondering right now that would be helpful?
I think it was interesting how today, how those animals and the element work together. It was like good connection, but is it always so, or is it just happened today?
Um, I'm amazed at the synchronicities when I go and I'll do cacao ceremony and ecstatic dance or do individual readings for people. I am continually and repeatedly amazed at what unfolds. It's very rare. I would say it's very rare that it doesn't line up.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed. I pull a card for someone and they're like, and things I did. Here's a fun example. I have a tarot card deck that was given to me as a gift. It's all cats. It's cats. And I'm like, I'm never going to use this deck, but it was a gift. It's on my shelf. I was doing a reading for someone one day, a one-on-one reading, and they came into the call, and I did like I do, prepared, and that darn deck of cats was like, me. They was just speaking to me. And I was like, do I have to? Well, I pulled for her the cat reading ahead of time, but I was like, that's just going to be weird. She's going to think I'm crazy. So I have these 3 cats lined out, and I'm like, I'm not going to tell her this. So we start on the call, and I pull out a different deck of spirit animals, and a cat goes walking by, like on the couch behind her. And I look, and I'm like, do you like cats? And she bends over, and she picks up another cat. She's like, oh yeah, I have cats everywhere. And I said, well, you're not going to believe this, but. So I went ahead with the reading. I said, I thought my spirit guides had sent me, like, I was like, today's the day. I've lost my mind. I've lost my gifts, you know? And I did the reading with the cards and what was even fascinating was there was 2 of the 3 cats. She was like, hang on a second. Can you hang on? She says. And like, she goes and gets a cat and she goes, look, it's the cat on the card. They even looked like, she had like 5 cats, but what were the chances? So this is the way I look at it. And this is why I think these messages are so important. Because spirit guides us. And if we believe we are in partnership with spirit, and we believe that just happened, right? If I'm like, yeah, I just trusted. And I did the reading, but I had a backup plan because I'm not stupid, you know, but I should have just trusted my guides. But what I truly believe is that if someone has called on an animal today that they're resistant to, if you're like, no, that's not my animal. Listen, it can't be right some of the time and not all of the time. It doesn't. The gods don't work that way. God and goddess don't work that way. We're partnering with the divine. So if an animal came today that you're like, no, I would encourage you, if that feeling, even if right now you're listening, you're like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Maybe I don't, but I'm going to ask you, just sit with it. Just sit with it and just say, okay, spider, I'm resistant to you, but I'm just gonna listen because Kortnee seems a little crazy, but how'd she pull two out of three cats that looked like this crazy cat lady that she did a reading for, right? I encourage you to just sit with it and allow it to percolate because it's not about me. This is, if you will allow that, this is a divine inspired message for you. Please trust that. Please trust that. There's a message coming for you right now in this moment.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
This has been such a beautiful session. And just as you mentioned to your gift, but can you share a little bit more about the gift that you are offering for people if they want to go?
Oh, that gift.
Yes.
What did I can't remember. So there's a link to my website that you'll get to the page. And I think you just have to enter your email address to verify that you're a real human, because there's so much spam and bots out there. You'll enter your email address, and then what will come to you is this beautiful medicine wheel guide that I have created and designed artistically that will show you each of these 8 directions. This is my the Kortnee Whitehawk Sacred Spirit Wheel with the 8 directions. And it will show you the element, the chakra, the color, the animal. And that's really, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's very, very nice. So come on over to my website and enter that. Browse around the website. If I can be of service, if someone wants a spirit animal reading, and they message me, they'll say, hey, I was in Katja's session. I will offer you a discount. Just for reaching out. So I'm happy to do that if people want to find out more.
Yes, I'm sure there are many curious ones. So you will find the links on the show notes below. So
Yeah,
check it out, get that gift, connect with Courtney for more. And Courtney, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you
you're
for
so
sharing your
welcome.
wisdom here today.
Thank you, Katja, for including me. Hey, if y'all don't know Katja very well yet, you got to read her book. Your Spiritual Curriculum is an amazing, powerful book. Powerful book. And what I have found with that book, if you all don't know this, just take the book and do it like this. Take the book, because I've done this a couple times with Katja. Doesn't know that I was going to say this. She doesn't. Just take the book and hold it and say, what is my message for today? Just like you would with an oracle deck. Just open it and say, is there something? Boom. And read that page. I've done that 3 times now, Katja, and
Oh, I didn't
it's
know
really
that.
beautiful. So you don't have to read the book in order.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
it's a beautiful work that Katja has put out there, everybody. So please, yeah, it's terrific. Beautifully done. It's a wonderful creation.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And thank you, all the
Yeah.
work you do in the world. I'm so glad to connect with you and have you here.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for tuning in. And if you like this, just give it thumbs up, subscribe for more, and just comment below as well. We love to hear from you. We love to hear which one you picked. So
Yes, tell us, but please at least comment and say which animal you picked. And you write right, honeybee. Kortnee, you're crazy. That's fine. You can write. You might write, I picked the spider. Dear Kortnee, you're unhinged, lady. Or you might write, oh my gosh, I picked this and yeah, please let us know. We love hearing that. Thank you. Thanks for listening, and best wishes to all of you. Do well, be kind to each other. Put your love out in the world.
thank you. Thank you. Bye for now.
So much love. Bye bye.